Hello and welcome to the HD Classroom, where we talk about human design. My name is Melissa, and I am a human design educator, formerly a school teacher. This is my first video here on YouTube for my human design business. I dabbled in YouTube before when I was teaching English, so you can look me up there. But I'm so excited to bring human design to YouTube and to bring my teaching to more people because human design is so incredible. It's so important in our lives. It has changed my life. It has changed so many people's lives. And I think people just think it's really hard and it's really complicated and the system is just too much. And I'm going to debunk all of that for you. And starting with today's video. So the very first video, we're going to start right at the basics and we're going to I've got some free resources for you guys to get started. So first, let's look up our chart. How do we do that? That's easy. But what do we do with it after that? That's the fun part. And so I'm going to go through that today. And then as you'll see over the next coming weeks and months and on and on and on, you will see more and more videos from me helping you to understand, use, and implement human design. And it's not just for you. This is stuff that you can share with your families. If you work with people, any context of people, you can use human design with them. If you know their human design, if you even just understanding the way different people operate will help you. This can be helpful for so many roles. If you're a coach, if you work in a creative role, I work with a lot of people that are, working with clients, graphic design, interior design, working in the classroom. There's so many different ways. All of that, you can use human design in so many different ways. But first, we need to know how to use it, right? So let's get started. First off, I'm going to show you how to look up your chart. This is so simple. So the first thing you're going to need to know is your birth date, time, and location. So most of us know our birth date and where we were born. The time sometimes is a little bit tricky. So you might need to go back and look in your baby book, talk to your parents, even get some sort of idea of when it was. If you can't get the exact time, if you can get some sort of idea of when it was, that can help us narrow it down. So for this example, we've gone to my website, which is melissaholistic.com. You'll see that there is a button at the top that says Get Your Chart. Really easy to get to navigate to. And then from here, we're going to fill out the details. So let me go ahead and I will fill out the details here. Okay, so I have put in a random date, a random time and location. As the chart comes up, you can see the only personal information that is populated here is just her name. So Jane Doe. So you're not going to see her birth date or time or anything on her chart. If you felt like you made a mistake and you want to go back, you can just click on Create a New Chart. From here, we've got some really important information that we're going to gather so that we can take the free resource I'm going to give you and you can start to decipher your own design. So this is it. I know it looks complicated. It looks like a lot of information, but don't worry, I got you here. So the first thing we're going to notice is over here, we see the type. So you can see we've got it highlighted that Jane is a manifesting generator. Okay, we know that. That will be connected to her strategy, which it says here is to respond. I'm going to give you a little bit extra information there. But yeah, to respond. Her authority is emotional. And then we're going to drop down to profile 3-5. So all we really need to know to go forward and to make such an impact on our lives just with this information is to know her profile 3-5, her authority, emotional, and her energy type. So she is a 3-5 emotional manifesting generator. Okay, so now let's go take a look at our free resource to help us decipher what the heck this means. Okay, so the free resource I have for you is called Decode Your Own Design. This free PDF, you can get access to it. There's a link below for you to click and get it sent straight to you. Is going to guide us through a little bit more than Jane's just 3-5 emotional manifesting generator. It's actually got more in here, but we're going to save them more for another day because even with just that small amount of information, you can learn so much about yourself. So for Jane, she's going to access the guide And she will scroll. There's a little introduction about me. And then you're going to scroll to identify your energy type. So Jane is going to learn that she's a manifesting generator. Well, what does that mean? She's multi-passionate. She's fast-moving. It says that you combine the traits of a generator and a manifester. So maybe go back and read what those two energy types mean to get a richer understanding of what you are. Manifesting generators are very unique. So it's cool that we're talking about a manifesting generator today because it's the only type that actually combines two types. So this means that you work best when you allow yourself to follow multiple passions. Your ability to pivot quickly is your strength. Just be mindful not to rush ahead without checking in with your gut response. So that brings us to our strategy. So if you know your energy type, so we know that Jane is a manifesting generator, we can find out what her strategy is here. So it says that her strategy is to respond and then inform before taking action. So she combines the generator and the manifester to make that manifesting generator. So it says that you move fast, but keep others in the loop to help things flow. So going back and reading, what does it mean to respond? I would go back and read about a generator. Well, the respond means that you really need to trust your gut. When things feel right for you, makes you excited, you want to move forward to it, that's your gut responding. Anytime you move back and you're like, oh, I'm not too sure about it, that's your gut letting you know. And then the manifester part is the inform, right? See how much stuff we are learning just from this free resource? And we haven't even we're barely started here. Okay. So next we would want to look at what does her authority mean and what is authority? So it says authority helps you make aligned decisions. So we're making decisions in our life all the time, every day. But do you ever get hung up on a decision like I don't even know what I should do here? It's a big decision. Maybe it costs a lot of money. Maybe it's going to take a lot of your time. It'd be nice to have something that you could just kind of check in with to know if it's for you. Now, Jane is an emotional authority. So it says here that your emotions run in waves. Clarity comes with time. So maybe don't make those decisions in a split second, right in that moment. So don't make decisions in the heat of the moment and wait until your emotions settle. I am also an emotional authority, so I can really relate to this. And about half of our population is actually an emotional. So most of us are not meant to be making decisions in that split second. We need to take our time to see how we feel later on in the day, see how we feel the next day, right? This is going to be really valuable for Jane because not only does she know that she's a manifesting generator and wants to do things quickly, to make her best decisions, she's going to have to take some time and wait. What else do we know about Jane? Well, we've got her signature and not self in here, which we didn't even talk about when we looked at her chart. But if you know your energy type, you'll be able to find your signature and not self. We'll save that for another day too. There's so much information in this resource. It talks about her centers. So if we looked at her chart, which we really didn't, we just kind of quickly grabbed a bit of information, you would see that there were all these different shapes, right? Triangles, squares, diamonds. Those tell us so much information. And in the guide, it'll tell you too. And I've got a little diagram here to show you if you're like, I don't even know where the sacral center is. Well, no worries, because I've got it listed right here. So you can look at your chart and look at this and really just like figure out exactly what you have in your chart and learn from that. But we're not even going into that today. The last thing we're going to go into today is the profile. So remember, we said she was a 3-5. So what does it tell us about a 3-5? The 3-5 is the experimenter slash problem solver. So Jane gains wisdom through personal experience and helps others with practical solutions. Could we dive in more with that? Could we talk a little bit more? Yes, and we will. I will be making videos on the different profiles so you can really understand what they mean. But the experimenter, She needs to try things. She needs to do things to know if it's for her. How does she learn? Through actually getting her hands dirty, while being involved in things. And and she can spot a problem, and probably people feel like, hey, she's the girl we go to when we have a problem. She'll know what to do. She just has that energy. 3/5s in general really give a good energy out to people. Like people like them. They're they're likable, but almost in a way where it's like you kind of like live vicariously through them, or you're just like, how does she do it? Right? It's like there's like this little bit of feeling like if only I could be like her, that sort of feeling, right? Because there is this fearlessness that you see. And it's not only 3/5s that have that. There are other ones as well, but yeah, 3/5. So there you go. There's still so much to learn, but look how much we're able to understand about our chart just from this free resources. If you combine this with the other videos that I will have on my YouTube, or maybe I already have because you're watching this video in a year from now, you're from the future. But yeah, you'll be able to learn so much about it, and you can see that this is not complicated. This is easy. What did Jane learn today? Well, she probably felt like some of her her quirkiness is actually just who she is. Maybe she felt like she resonated with the person that moves quickly and changes things often, that manifesting generator energy that sometimes people maybe made her feel bad about. Like, why don't you stick with things? Weren't you just talking about something else? Didn't you just start that job a couple of years ago and now you're already moving on to something else? All of these things can help to validate how she's feeling. Everything in here can help validate how you've been living and how you've been feeling, and also give you guidance for the future. I think that's enough for today for our first video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've got a specific human design question, I really want you to put it in the comments because I would love to make sure that you guys are getting clarity as you are learning about human design. And I will come back and I will answer them or do a video on it. I love to teach. I've been teaching forever, since I was little. Since I was a little kid, I've been teaching. So I absolutely love this. I'm super excited to be here on YouTube. Make sure you grab your Decode Your Own Design guide below. It is free. It is so valuable. It'll help you so much. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.